Christian, who obviously did the watch along yesterday, and big up to Christian. About a month ago, he was getting absolutely mocked. I remember Sky messaged me. They said, "Yeah, Robbie, can we use the clip of Christian saying that at this moment in time, Arsenal are the best team in the world, right?" And I knew their angle. I said, "Yeah, you can use it," but I knew that they're looking to mock him, really, right? But and there was loads of people that it went viral. Everybody's having a laugh and say, "He's right." We proved it last night because remember, Bayern Munich up until that game unbeaten. They haven't lost a game this season, right? And I know some people say, "Yeah, but that's in the German league." But remember, Bayer Leverkusen are in the German league. They beat City the night before. It doesn't matter that City made changes. They beat them 2-0 at the Etihad, right? And Bayern this season has not just been in Germany. They've also taken apart Chelsea. Remember? They took apart Barca. They have been delivering game after game. Harry Kane's been scoring goals for fun. Elise. We humbled a top side. And you saw by how they played in that first half. They are a top side, right? You could see that was a heavyweight clash in that first half. You know what I mean? The two top teams going at it, right? But I think at this moment in time, and let's have that, make sure that's said, because we still got a long way to go. But at this moment in time, Arsenal, for me, I don't see a better team in Europe. I watched Barcelona the other night against Chelsea. I'm like, we beat them. We at this moment in time, I think we'd beat Real Madrid. I think we beat PSG. We beaten Bayern. I wouldn't be fearful of any of those teams. I'd be respectful. They can, small margins on any given day, you can lose to any team. But I just think at this moment in time, the amount of different weapons that Arsenal have, whether it be set pieces, whether it be open play, whether it be like in the first half where we sit a little bit deeper and say, all right, we're going to be a bit more organised, whether we go out on the attack like we did against Spurs, we've got a bit of everything.
I think Company even said last night that the massive issue was when we made the subs, he said there's no difference in quality between what they were taking off the pitch to what they were bringing on, and he said that affected it massively. Wasn't
it last season that teams 16 points definitely got you into that top 8?
Yeah. And we're on 15.
Yeah.
15.
So, but I know, guys, man, that was good.
I don't think I've watched so much content as the last 3 or 4 days. So I've watched every Eze interview from Tottenham, every angle, the bench cam, the extended highlights, the full game. I don't think I slept till about 3 a.m. I don't know about you, don't you? Your adrenaline going after the game. It feels like you played the game, don't it? Just unreal, man.
And can I say, I'm going to say this now. Declan Rice.
Oh.
I'm going to say it. I think to myself, you cannot get any better and higher in my standards than you just can't. And then yesterday he goes and does it again. He goes up in my estimation.
He's done it again.
He done it again. He only went and smashed Harry Kane yesterday. How can this guy get any better? And he goes and does something. He must sit there getting on the coach and going, how can I get the fans to love me more than what I can? Well, I don't think you can, Declan. And then all of a sudden, he smashes Harry Kane yesterday and he gives it. He's gone up in my. He's gone up in my estimations even more.
He was phenomenal. He's one of the best midfielders in the world now, isn't he?
I think he's the best.
What as well?
I think he is.
I didn't see him going into this 8 role. When he went there, I was like, nah, he's a 6. I don't know if he's got that attacking side of his game. So fair play to Mikel, because he's unbelievable in this role now. I actually thought Zubimendi played a good support role for him yesterday. Yeah, really good.
They spoke about each other last night on CBS or something. They asked Declan, is playing with Zubimendi freed you up a little bit more this season? And he literally turned around and said he's the number 6 for Spain. If you want a number 6 in your team, you want the Spain number 6. He said the way he receives the ball, the way he's on the turn, quick release and finding space. He said playing next to him makes his job so much easier. And I don't know if you remember when Declan used to play in the pivot with Jorginho sometimes. Obviously when Partey was out sometime. And I've always thought that looked really good, him sitting with sort of a controller next to him. So now he's got that consistently with Zubimendi. I think we're seeing the best of him. But I think, again, I think he's the best in the world. I don't think I think you can name Bellingham's, Vatinas, whoever you want to name in midfield or etc. I'm taking Declan.
Yesterday, there was occasions when the team just needed a little something. You know, like, not that they're playing bad, but and he just picked the ball up, go on a little run, drive it. Like, it lifts the team, it lifts the crowd. He wins every duel. You know what I mean? Like, he wins every tackle.
I think they're the things
timing
you
of
can't
his
measure.
tackles.
Like, it's not a stat, but like you said, when he grabs the ball and just runs, when you're in the stadium, like the amount of energy that gives to the fans, the whole stadium's on their feet, and I think that's not something you can measure by a goal or an assist or something like that. But I remember the point when he ran through, and I think he tried to slip it in the bottom corner, and the keeper saved it. But he must have run like 30 yards to get to that position. The whole stadium were on their feet, egging him on, and I think that sort of energy in them big games is so crucial. So like for him to have them moments is worth more than a lot.
There was one time he picked the ball up and he was running. It didn't come to nothing. It was 30, 40 yards, and the defender's sprinting with him, and he can't catch him. And he's got the ball. You know what I mean? Like the athleticism of him is incredible. It's incredible. I can't.
I think we've now got players in the team where you can say he's one of the best players in the world. Like, I think Timber is now the best right back in the world at the moment. Hakimi and him, but Hakimi's injured. You know, Rice, one of the best midfielders. Saliba, I think Saliba's shown real leadership in the last two games.
Stepped up, innit?
Two different partners, and again Mosquera. It was just seamless transition again, wasn't it? And Capier comes in, plays really well. Mosquera steps in. You're thinking, this guy Berta, man, honestly, he is a magician. How did he get him for £13 million?
That's mad.
Some of the signings that he made in the summer. Think about all them transfer daily summers you've done, and we've ended the summer going, we didn't get enough. This summer we actually got what we needed.
And smart signings as well, when you contrast it with what's going on at Liverpool. You know what I mean? Everybody thought, wow, they've won the window, amazing signings, big money spent. But at the end of the day, you know, their signings haven't really worked out. All of ours have worked out so far, you know what I mean? Like, even I was looking at a game yesterday, I was like, you know, I think I've done my ratings, I gave him like a 7. But then you look, he did have a big impact as well, because look at that pass for the Martinelli's goal, you know what I mean? Like, everybody is stepping up.
All positives, and if you could take away any negatives from the game or any talking points, I do think I saw who I think my first choice left back is last night. I do think Calafiori, when he came on, looked a bit more solid. I think Elise is probably one of the toughest tests you're going to get in Europe, really. Do you think there was maybe once or twice Lewis Skelly got caught a bit, or I think there was one time he got caught going into midfield and they countered, obviously their goal, the ball over his head. Not that he was bad or anything, but I do think Calafiori looked a lot more solid against good opposition last night when he came on. Obviously the assist when he came on as well. Nothing against Miles, but obviously it's probably been a question in my head, like probably a toss of a coin between who I'd play. I think last night sort of slightly edged me towards Calafiori in them big games. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's tough, isn't it? You've not been playing week in, week out.
Yeah.
And then you're up against one of the best around. You know what I mean?
Rob, I don't think you can, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, forget about what that means is, like, you know, Saka yesterday, like, you know, right, he tires out the fullback. You know what I mean? Like, because you know, you had to be on him all the time, like, you know what I mean? And I think that you know, you'd say the fullback probably just won that confrontation, like, you know. And then 20 minutes from the time you're bringing on pace and like they couldn't do it. So you imagine when you're going into games, you know,
finishers, isn't it?
Remember, I think these players are going to be key for us.
They mocked Mikel Arteta about, you know, when he used the word that, you know, I don't like to look at them as substitutes. I like to look at them as finishers. Right, and they laughed at him for that. In other sports, that's quite a common thing. In rugby, the set pieces, what Arsenal have absolutely mastered, is a big weapon. I'm not too sure that Bayern knew how to handle those last night. And I'll tell you what,
couple, didn't they?
I'll tell you what it is, right, with those set pieces. It's the delivery.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Delivery, whether it be from Saka or Declan Rice, their delivery of set pieces is on point, man. Like, they are so difficult to defend.
It's the pace of the ball, innit? Because even Neuer was flapping at some of them crosses yesterday. It's like, how is he going to get to them? And the timing as well, like, when they score, you think, who scored this time? He's just Timber's running off. He's not even the biggest guy, is he? And
I don't know how they've done it, but they must do a thing where they counter something to make their move, because it's so regimented, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so, but the delivery's perfect. But the runners and their timing is on point as well, isn't it?
I think it's just scary the way they line up in that train at the back right, all the time, right? And you see defenders stood in, but they don't know what's going to happen.
I think it's the patterns of play as well, because you're talking about Timber running. If you think back to last season, Timber scored the exact same corner against West Ham away, and I think it's the only other corner he scored directly from. And it's the exact same. It was the exact same goal. He ran to the front post and knocked it on. It's like this so built into him. It's so regimented that they know like the exact millimetre they've got. We stood on the pitch. But Declan said last night, I don't know if he's waffling a bit or I'm not sure, but he said they hardly practice set pieces. He says compared to the amount of talk that we give them about the set pieces, he said that they're so used to it now that it's something they don't work on. He might be waffling, but judging from what he said last night is like, I think that other teams are so scared about it, it almost gives us an advantage.